Hi, my name is Jim Green, and I'm a gunsmith. The name of my shop is Gunworks in down East Maine, the town of Harrington. Today's shotgun that we're going to disassemble for good cleaning today is a Remington 1100 semi-automatic. This one happens to be in 12 gauge. It's a pretty popular shotgun, so I don't need to really go into a whole lot of detail about the history of them. There's quite a few of them around. So what we're going to do is get started here. Before you do though, you want to make sure that you open the action up, take a look inside the gun and make sure it's empty. So let's get started. First thing you'll do is remove your barrel. Set everything like that off to the side. When you're closing your action with the barrel off, don't let the bolt slam forward. Okay, then the next part you want to take off is going to be your trigger mechanism. Now you take a look on the side of the receiver, you'll see two pins. You'll see one small pin and one large pin. You just simply drive those right out of the gun. You set those two pins off to the side. When you go to remove your trigger mechanism, I advise you put your safety on. Alright. Then just reach, grab the trigger guard right here, pull up and back. Take that out in one whole piece and set this off to the side. Next, you come right up here and you see your little cocking handle. You simply grab it and pull it straight out. Set it off to the side as well. Now, reach up inside the shotgun and right on this inside right over here, there's going to be a little catch. You push in on that catch, hold it in place and pull everything forward and remove it. Your bolt just simply sits on top. You take all of this right here and just set it off to the side so you can give it a good cleaning. Now, there's going to be one more part inside here that you're going to have to remove. You notice this little recoil piece right in here? Just take you a nice little pair of needle nose pliers, pinch up on the back end of it, squeeze it together, pull it forward, up, and you turn it sideways and it comes right out. See how the back of the leg right here has got two little tips? What you're doing when you're squeezing that together with the pliers, so you can get this out of the back part of the little recoil spring housing. Set that off to the side. That's basically stripped right there for a really good cleaning. This is basically as far as you really need to go. But say for example you've got a lot of gunk and a lot of trash all up inside the bolt and the locking mechanism in there. So let's go ahead and show you how to strip this bolt apart to give it a good cleaning as well. If you look right here on the top, you got a firing pin, retaining pin right in here. Take your little bench block, set your bolt up on it. Now, what I like to do is put the tip of my finger over top of that firing pin in the back so it doesn't go shooting across the room. Come on, sweetie. Sometimes these pins are a little bit tough. There we go. You'll notice the pin has a fat end on it with a couple of little splits in there. That's what locks that firing pin retaining pin in place. So keep that in mind when you're putting this bolt back together. Put your finger over the tip of the firing pin, remove your little pin punch. Take your firing pin, work it out the back. There's your firing pin spring and your firing pin. Set those off to the side. Flip this bolt lock up right here and just drop it straight out the bottom of the bolt. There's your bolt disassembled for a really good cleaning. These are not a difficult shotgun to take care of. Now, I'm not going to remove it here because there sometimes can be a pain in the butt. But if you need to clean inside here and remove your extractor, you can pull back on that little plunger and just pop your extractor right out the side. But unless you need to do that, I just leave it as it is. Just give it a good cleaning. Your shotgun's a little dirty. But that's disassembling your Remington 1100 shotgun. Reassembly is going to be exactly the opposite. Now, one thing I would like to mention, these videos are not gunsmithing videos. Do not take this trigger mechanism apart. Reason being, this being a semi-automatic, if you do something in there that you don't get it back together properly, this shotgun goes full auto by accident, I'm pretty sure the ATF is going to want to talk to you. Don't mess with this stuff. If you break anything in here, especially this trigger part in here, this is a factory part. Remington will not even sell this part to a gunsmith. This thing will have to go back to the factory to be fixed, so don't mess with it. If you need to clean it out, flip your safety off, put your thumb over the hammer, pull the trigger, let the hammer ride forward, blast all this out with a good solvent, and blow all the debris out of it with an air hose, compressed air. Clean around it with a Q-tip, whatever you can reach. Clean around it with some soft bristle brushes, but other than that, don't mess with it. There's your whole Remington shotgun taken apart for a good disassembly, for good cleaning. The only other thing I can recommend that you take off of it is you pull the two screws off the butt pad back here. You can reach in with a screwdriver, remove the stock bolt, and pull the stock. I'm not going to do that. This gun's not that filthy, just the inside needs to be cleaned up. Keep in mind when you take the stock off though, there is a small steel spacer underneath the stock that has to be put back in there. Other than that, I hope you get your shotgun clean. One thing that I forgot to mention in the video that I got to noticing as soon as I got done talking, I said, wow, guess what? Where in the world is the gas piston assembly for this thing? Because Remington has a nice little rubber O-ring that sits here that holds the piston in place. So I got to looking around, I said, huh, it's stuck up inside the shotgun. This is how badly this thing needs to be cleaned. So if you're missing your piston assembly and you can't find it, you can always look up inside here, and guess what? I've got it up in here. Jesus, come on. She's jammed up in there, so she needs a good cleaning. Never seen one quite this stuck before, but normally there's a little rubber O-ring that holds that in place where it needs to stay. In this case though, this particular shotgun is pretty grubby. Come on, honey. There we go. Wow. There we go. Now, it's missing the rubber O-ring. This particular shotgun has had some rust. So, the way this piston assembly works, you'll notice right here there's a bevel on the outside of this one and a bevel on the inside of this one. These two parts are going to fit together right there like that. This large flat piece, or the flat ring, is going to face back towards the receiver, and there's going to be a small little rubber O-ring that sits on top of that. This whole assembly slides down over here. This particular case, the rubber O-ring's missing, so it didn't hold that where it's supposed to be, and I'd lost the piston up inside the little cup. So make sure when you take your barrel off and you don't see your piston assembly, that it's not stuck up inside there. Sometimes I get some shotguns in here that ain't exactly the best. This one hasn't had a good cleaning yet. It's missing a little rubber grommet there, so we're going to have to replace that. But I wanted to make sure I added that so I wouldn't be getting emails. Where's the gas piston? Where's the gas piston? Well, now you know where it's at. If it's missing when you take your barrel off, you can look right up inside there and, hey, I bet that's where it's at unless it's missing entirely. Thank you for watching this latest Gunworks video. Down East Gunworks is a full-service fire repair service for all your long guns and handguns that includes a high-tech machine shop for tooling obsolete parts. Old or new, if you have a firearm that needs attention, Gunworks can probably fix it, solve it, coat it, and make it work. If you're living in Down East Maine, come by the shop for a visit. We're located on Route 1 in Harrington. If you live elsewhere, you can reach us by going to the website www.downeastgunworks.com or call the shop at area code 207-483-2175. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please leave me a comment and rate the video. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll always know when I've posted something new. And thanks again for watching.